Think of life as a garden. To cultivate a lush, vibrant garden, we must regularly tend it, removing weeds and unnecessary clutter. Just as a garden thrives with care, our lives flourish when we remove things that no longer serve us. Many of us carry burdens that weigh us down: negative thoughts, toxic relationships, bad habits, and more. These hidden weeds drain our energy, hold us back, and prevent us from living up to our potential. But what if you could silently remove them, one by one, and transform your life? In this video, we explore the things you should silently remove from your life, starting with the sneaky influences that erode your happiness and inner peace. Finally, you'll have the tools to clear your mental and emotional clutter, paving the way for a more meaningful and fulfilling journey. Let's explore and begin this process of renewal your life deserves to grow. 1. Negative mindset. It's easy to fall into the trap of negative thinking when life feels overwhelming or uncertain. Have you noticed how often those thoughts dominate your mind, shaping your mood and outlook? What if, instead of being consumed by worries, you could shift your focus to the positive aspects of your life and savor the present? Negativity often creeps into our lives unnoticed, slowly clouding our judgment and leaving us disconnected from the present. But just as easily as it arrives, we can choose to let it go by practicing gratitude and intentionally focusing on the good. Imagine how different life could feel if, instead of dwelling on uncertainties, you embraced each moment with appreciation. This is not just wishful thinking, but a powerful mental shift that brings deeper fulfillment and joy. In today's world, where comparison and pressure seem to surround us at every turn, it can feel almost impossible to escape the weight of negativity. Whether it's scrolling through social media or striving to meet personal or professional goals, there's a persistent undertone that what we have isn't enough. This mentality breeds anxiety and pulls us away from enjoying the here and now. Yet, despite the chaotic environment, we hold the ability to counter this negativity. Stoic philosophy teaches that while we may not control the external world, we have full control over our thoughts and responses. By focusing on gratitude and appreciating what we already have, we can find a sense of peace and clarity that is unaffected by external circumstances. Think about a time when you were so focused on the future, so consumed by worry that you couldn't enjoy the present moment. Whether it was stressing over an upcoming deadline or imagining worst-case scenarios for a situation that hadn't even happened, your mind was caught in a loop of negativity. But how much different would that experience have been if you had paused to recognize the good things already surrounding you? Acknowledging your past accomplishments, the support system in your life, or even the simple joys of daily living can transform fear into calm and anxiety into confidence. This is the essence of gratitude and living in the moment, principles that echo the wisdom of Stoicism. When we stop obsessing over what might go wrong and instead focus on what is going right, we align ourselves with a mindset that promotes inner peace, regardless of life's external uncertainties. Take a moment to reflect on the kind of thoughts that usually occupy your mind. Are they empowering, or are they draining your energy and weighing you down? Consider how differently your life might feel if you chose to focus on your achievements rather than your fears. How would your energy change if, instead of worrying about the future, you celebrated the progress you've already made? It's not about ignoring challenges, but about approaching them with a mindset that values the present and appreciates what you've overcome. If this resonates with you, now is the perfect time to start making that shift. A simple way to begin is by cultivating a daily practice of gratitude. Each morning, take a few minutes to write down 3 things you're thankful for, whether it's the warmth of the sun, the kindness of a friend, or even the strength you've shown in difficult situations. Throughout your day, when negative thoughts begin to creep in, make a conscious effort to shift your focus back to the positives. Remind yourself of your past victories, the good things in your life, and the fact that you have the power to navigate whatever challenges come your way. By celebrating small wins and focusing on the present, you'll discover a newfound sense of strength and resilience. As you embrace this shift from negativity to gratitude, you'll begin to notice an immediate lightness in your day-to-day life. The constant burden of worry will start to lift, and in its place, you'll experience a deep sense of peace and appreciation for the present. You'll find yourself more grounded, more hopeful, and more capable of facing the uncertainties of the future with confidence. This transformation doesn't just change your mindset, it enhances your entire experience of life, allowing you to live with a sense of freedom and fulfillment that negativity could never provide. So, what's one small action you can take today to start this shift? Whether it's jotting down a list of things you're grateful for or simply pausing in your day to reflect on your progress, take that step. Share your commitment, and together we can build a community that supports one another on this journey toward a more grateful and positive mindset. Remember, the path to a more fulfilling life begins with a single, mindful action. What will yours be today? 2. Toxic relationships. The people we surround ourselves with have a profound impact on our emotional and mental state. Have you noticed how certain individuals consistently drain your energy while others make you feel lighter and more positive? This distinction often boils down to the nature of these relationships, whether they are grounded in honesty, mutual respect, and a genuine understanding, or tainted with negativity and manipulation. Life is too short to invest in connections that bring you down. Instead, directing your time and effort into relationships that nurture and uplift you can open the door to a more fulfilling and peaceful existence. Navigating the complex web of modern relationships, we often feel obligated to maintain ties with people who may no longer serve our emotional well-being. You may find yourself tethered to a colleague who constantly diminishes your contributions or a friend who subtly undermines your dreams. These toxic connections can erode your confidence over time, leaving you feeling depleted. But according to Stoic philosophy, while you can't control the behavior of others, you have complete control over your responses. By consciously distancing yourself from such negativity, you allow space for relationships that are enriching and built on reciprocity, enabling your emotional growth. It's not uncommon to experience moments where you realize that someone you once trusted no longer aligns with your values. Think about those times when a friend repeatedly cancels plans or fails to acknowledge your efforts. These subtle signs can often indicate deeper issues within the relationship. When you prioritize your own well-being, you begin to understand the necessity of fostering relationships based on sincerity and mutual respect. In doing so, you reclaim the energy that toxic individuals may have drained from you and instead invest it in people who truly add value to your life. Reflect on the relationships you currently maintain. Are there people whose presence constantly makes you feel anxious or drained? The time has come to evaluate whether these connections are worth preserving. Is it really beneficial to hold on to relationships that stifle your growth when you could instead cultivate deeper bonds with those who encourage you to flourish? These decisions are never easy, but the path to emotional freedom often requires us to make difficult choices about who we allow into our inner circle. Taking a proactive approach to detoxify your social life involves setting boundaries and, when necessary, ending relationships that no longer contribute to your well-being. This shift in focus allows you to build meaningful connections with those who offer support, trust, and encouragement. Surrounding yourself with individuals who truly care for you creates an environment where you can grow emotionally and thrive. The immediate impact of releasing toxic relationships can be transformative. You'll likely feel a sense of relief as you clear away the negative energy and make space for more positive interactions. With this newfound emotional clarity, you'll be better positioned to nurture the relationships that matter most, leading to a sense of balance and inner peace. Imagine the freedom that comes from knowing that you're investing your time and energy in people who genuinely care for your well-being. As a next step, take some time to think about the people you interact with regularly. Pinpoint those whose presence feels like a burden, and make a conscious decision to reduce their influence in your life. Share your experiences with trusted friends or family members who understand your goals, and work together to cultivate a circle of positive, supportive relationships. By doing so, you'll lay the groundwork for a life enriched with genuine connections, a life that allows you to grow in sincerity, respect, and mutual understanding. 3. Bad habits. At times, it feels like the day slips away from us without realizing how much of it was lost. Whether you're at work, at home, or out with friends, it's easy to fall into the familiar habit of scrolling endlessly through social media. When the clock ticks away, you're left with a nagging sense of time wasted, having accomplished little of substance. This isn't just a personal issue, it's a modern challenge many of us face. The Stoics remind us that time is the most precious asset we have, and yet we often trade it for distractions that do little to fulfill our deeper needs. Picture a life where every minute contributes to personal growth, a clear purpose drives your day, and your habits reflect the person you aim to be. As we navigate an era overloaded with distractions, it's easy to lose sight of how these habits chip away at our mental clarity. Today, entertainment is instant, consuming our attention with minimal effort. From binge watching the latest series to mindlessly scrolling through Instagram or TikTok, these habits can seem harmless but often leave us feeling drained and disconnected from our true selves. By recognizing this pull, we can regain control and use self-discipline to replace mindless habits with meaningful activities. This is where we begin the transformation from consuming distractions to cultivating purposeful habits. Think about the moments when you've lost hours on your phone and ask yourself, how often do you actually feel fulfilled after? If you're like most, you might feel regret or frustration rather than satisfaction. Now, imagine redirecting those moments into something more meaningful like reading, exercising, or picking up a new skill. The difference is profound. By making this shift, you don't just improve your day, you elevate your life, one small habit at a time. Consider how your life could change if you dedicated just a fraction of the time you spend scrolling on social media to more enriching activities. It's easy to fall into old patterns, but with intention, you can disrupt them and build habits that align with your values. This reflection invites us to take responsibility and cultivate a life that mirrors the principles we hold dear. You have the power to shape each day into something purposeful by simply choosing where your time and attention go. To begin, you don't need to overhaul your entire routine. Start with one habit, perhaps it's checking your phone the moment you wake up. Replace it with something small but impactful, like reading a chapter of a book, doing some light exercise, or spending a few minutes in quiet reflection. Track this change for a week and observe how it shifts not only your mood but also your energy and focus. With each small change, you're laying the groundwork for a life rooted in intentional actions. Replacing bad habits with good ones isn't just about productivity, it's about reclaiming control. It's about freeing yourself from the trivial and the superficial, allowing space for more meaningful pursuits. As each habit aligns with your deeper values, you'll notice a shift in how you approach life. The little changes compound into a greater sense of peace, fulfillment, and freedom. So what's the first step you're willing to take today? Take a moment to reflect on one habit you're ready to change and commit to replacing it with a healthier alternative. Share your plan with others. It's a step toward not only personal growth but also building a supportive community of people striving for positive change. At times, it feels like the day slips away from us without realizing how much of it was lost. Whether you're at work, at home, or out with friends, it's easy to fall into the familiar habit of scrolling endlessly through social media. When the clock ticks away, you're left with a nagging sense of time wasted, having accomplished little of substance. This isn't just a personal issue, it's a modern challenge many of us face. The Stoics remind us that time is the most precious asset we have, and yet, we often trade it for distractions that do little to fulfill our deeper needs. Picture a life where every minute contributes to personal growth. A clear purpose drives your day, and your habits reflect the person you aim to be. As we navigate an era overloaded with distractions, it's easy to lose sight of how these habits chip away at our mental clarity. Today, entertainment is instant, consuming our attention with minimal effort. From binge watching the latest series to mindlessly scrolling through Instagram or TikTok, these habits can seem harmless but often leave us feeling drained and disconnected from our true selves. By recognizing this pull, we can regain control and use self-discipline to replace mindless habits with meaningful activities. This is where we begin the transformation from consuming distractions to cultivating purposeful habits. Think about the moments when you've lost hours on your phone and ask yourself, how often do you actually feel fulfilled after? If you're like most, you might feel regret or frustration rather than satisfaction. Now imagine redirecting those moments into something more meaningful like reading, exercising, or picking up a new skill. The difference is profound. By making this shift, you don't just improve your day, you elevate your life, one small habit at a time. Consider how your life could change if you dedicated just a fraction of the time you spend scrolling on social media to more enriching activities. It's easy to fall into old patterns, but with intention, you can disrupt them and build habits that align with your values. This reflection invites us to take responsibility and cultivate a life that mirrors the principles we hold dear. You have the power to shape each day into something purposeful by simply choosing where your time and attention go. To begin, you don't need to overhaul your entire routine. Start with one habit, perhaps it's checking your phone the moment you wake up. Replace it with something small but impactful, like reading a chapter of a book, doing some light exercise, or spending a few minutes in quiet reflection. Track this change for a week and observe how it shifts not only your mood but also your energy and focus. With each small change, you're laying the groundwork for a life rooted in intentional actions. Replacing bad habits with good ones isn't just about productivity, it's about reclaiming control. It's about freeing yourself from the trivial and the superficial, allowing space for more meaningful pursuits. As each habit aligns with your deeper values, you'll notice a shift in how you approach life. The little changes compound into a greater sense of peace, fulfillment, and freedom. So, what's the first step you're willing to take today? Take a moment to reflect on one habit you're ready to change and commit to replacing it with a healthier alternative. Share your plan with others. It's a step toward not only personal growth, but also building a supportive community of people striving for positive change. 4. Cluttered living environment. Do you ever feel overwhelmed just by walking into your own home? What if your living space is affecting your peace of mind more than you realize? Your home should be more than just a place where you eat and sleep. It should be a sanctuary, a refuge from the chaos of the outside world. But what happens when your home is cluttered, messy, and disorganized? Instead of providing peace, it becomes a source of stress and discomfort. Imagine how transformative it could be to walk into a space that immediately brings you comfort and relaxation, where everything has its place and the air itself feels lighter. A tidy, organized living space is more than just visually appealing, it's essential for your mental well-being. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, the need for a calm and organized space is more urgent than ever. Many of us are juggling work, family, and social commitments, often using our homes as a multi-purpose space for remote work, exercise, and relaxation. With all these competing demands, it's easy to let clutter pile up. However, research has shown that a cluttered environment not only increases stress and anxiety, but can also drain your energy and reduce productivity. Now more than ever, your home environment plays a direct role in your overall well-being. A chaotic space leads to a chaotic mind, and eliminating clutter is a simple yet powerful way to restore balance and serenity to your life. Think about the last time you tried to relax in a messy room. Maybe you sat down with a good book or tried to unwind after a long day, only to find yourself distracted by the pile of laundry in the corner or the papers scattered across the table. It's hard to feel truly at ease when your surroundings are in disarray. On the other hand, when your space is clean and organized, the effect is immediate. Your mind clears, and you can finally breathe easy. The sense of relief and satisfaction that comes from a well-ordered space cannot be overstated. You've probably felt it yourself when you've taken the time to tidy up. There's a subtle but powerful connection between external order and internal calm. So how does your home make you feel? If your living space could reflect your state of mind, would it tell a story of peace and clarity, or would it speak of chaos and overwhelm? Take a moment to consider how your environment impacts your emotions and energy levels. When you walk into a tidy, well-organized room, the difference is undeniable. The clutter-free space not only enhances your ability to focus, but also promotes a sense of calm that allows you to rest and recharge fully. Ready to take action? Start small. Choose one area of your home, whether it's a cluttered desk, an overflowing closet, or a messy kitchen counter, and tackle it today. Remove items you no longer need or use, and organize what remains with intention. Incorporate simple design elements like bright, calming colors or minimal decor to enhance the space's atmosphere. By taking these small, intentional steps, you'll begin to create an environment that not only looks good but feels good. A clean, organized space is the foundation for a clear and peaceful mind. By eliminating the clutter from your environment, you're not just tidying up your space, you're fostering an environment that nurtures your well-being. The freedom from unnecessary items will give you a newfound sense of clarity, allowing you to focus better, sleep more soundly, and feel more in control of your daily life. You'll experience a tangible shift in your mental state as your surroundings become a reflection of the peace and balance you seek. So what's the first area you'll declutter today? Commit to creating a space that supports your well-being and share your progress with others. Let's embrace the immediate benefits of a clutter-free life, one small step at a time, and build a community of peace, clarity, and intentional living. Do you ever feel overwhelmed just by walking into your own home? What if your living space is affecting your peace of mind more than you realize? Your home should be more than just a place where you eat and sleep. It should be a sanctuary, a refuge from the chaos of the outside world. But what happens when your home is cluttered, messy, and disorganized? Instead of providing peace, it becomes a source of stress and discomfort. Imagine how transformative it could be to walk into a space that immediately brings you comfort and relaxation, where everything has its place and the air itself feels lighter. A tidy, organized living space is more than just visually appealing, it's essential for your mental well-being. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, the need for a calm and organized space is more urgent than ever. Many of us are juggling work, family, and social commitments, often using our homes as a multi-purpose space for remote work, exercise, and relaxation. With all these competing demands, it's easy to let clutter pile up. However, research has shown that a cluttered environment not only increases stress and anxiety but can also drain your energy and reduce productivity. Now more than ever, your home environment plays a direct role in your overall well-being. A chaotic space leads to a chaotic mind, and eliminating clutter is a simple yet powerful way to restore balance and serenity to your life. Think about the last time you tried to relax in a messy room. Maybe you sat down with a good book or tried to unwind after a long day, only to find yourself distracted by the pile of laundry in the corner or the papers scattered across the table. It's hard to feel truly at ease when your surroundings are in disarray. On the other hand, when your space is clean and organized, the effect is immediate. Your mind clears and you can finally breathe easy. The sense of relief and satisfaction that comes from a well-ordered space cannot be overstated. You've probably felt it yourself when you've taken the time to tidy up. There's a subtle but powerful connection between external order and internal calm. So how does your home make you feel? If your living space could reflect your state of mind, would it tell a story of peace and clarity, or would it speak of chaos and overwhelm? Take a moment to consider how your environment impacts your emotions and energy levels. When you walk into a tidy, well-organized room, the difference is undeniable. The clutter-free space not only enhances your ability to focus, but also promotes a sense of calm that allows you to rest and recharge fully. Ready to take action? Start small. Choose one area of your home, whether it's a cluttered desk, an overflowing closet, or a messy kitchen counter, and tackle it today. Remove items you no longer need or use, and organize what remains with intention. Incorporate simple design elements like bright, calming colors or minimal decor to enhance the space's atmosphere. By taking these small, intentional steps, you'll begin to create an environment that not only looks good but feels good. A clean, organized space is the foundation for a clear and peaceful mind. By eliminating the clutter from your environment, you're not just tidying up your space, you're fostering an environment that nurtures your well-being. The freedom from unnecessary items will give you a newfound sense of clarity, allowing you to focus better, sleep more soundly, and feel more in control of your daily life. You'll experience a tangible shift in your mental state as your surroundings become a reflection of the peace and balance you seek. So what's the first area you'll declutter today? Commit to creating a space that supports your well-being and share your progress with others. Let's embrace the immediate benefits of a clutter-free life, one small step at a time, and build a community of peace, clarity, and intentional living. 5. Limiting beliefs. We've all had moments where our inner voice tells us we're not enough, or that success is out of reach. Those quiet but persistent thoughts, like "I can't do this" or "I'm not good enough," can feel all too real, but they are nothing more than limiting beliefs. These self-imposed mental barriers can subtly but powerfully hinder our progress and keep us from stepping into our full potential. But here's the good news: you have the ability to change these thoughts. Imagine replacing those negative phrases with affirmations that inspire growth and confidence. Your mindset can be your greatest ally, and by consciously choosing your thoughts, you can reshape your reality. As we navigate a world filled with high expectations and constant comparison, it's easy to internalize doubts about our abilities. Whether it's seeing others seemingly thriving on social media or facing pressure at work, limiting beliefs can quietly build, telling us we're not capable, not smart enough, or destined to fail. These thoughts are not just personal struggles, they are pervasive in our modern, hyper-connected society. However, like the Stoics believed, you have the power to control your inner world. The practice of turning limiting beliefs into positive affirmations can help you reclaim control and rise above the noise. Think back to a time when self-doubt crept in just before you were about to take on something big. Maybe it was during a challenging project, a presentation, or even starting a new venture. Did you find yourself hesitating, unsure if you could succeed? That hesitation is a product of limiting beliefs, ones that say, "I can't," before you've even tried. Now, consider the shift in energy if you had told yourself, "I can succeed if I try." Positive affirmations are more than just hopeful words. They are tools that redirect your mind's focus. They remind you that growth and success are possible when you believe in your ability to persevere and learn. Do you ever wonder how much more you could achieve if you didn't let these limiting beliefs control you? When you pause and ask yourself, are these thoughts based on truth or fear, you often find that they stem from uncertainty, not reality. We tend to let false narratives define our actions, but what if you could dismantle those thoughts and replace them with empowering ones? Imagine the impact on your life if instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," you told yourself, "I am capable of achieving my goals." That simple shift can change the entire course of your journey. Now, let's explore a process to eliminate those limiting beliefs and replace them with affirmations that serve you. Start by identifying the negative thoughts that surface when you're faced with challenges. Write them down and challenge their validity. Ask yourself if these beliefs are truly reflective of your abilities or if they're fear-based assumptions. Next, craft positive affirmations that directly counteract those limiting thoughts. For example, replace "I'll fail" with "I have the ability to learn and grow from this experience." Consistency is key. Make it a habit to repeat these affirmations daily, especially in moments of doubt. Over time, these affirmations will become your default thoughts, helping you foster a mindset rooted in confidence and resilience. As you begin this practice, you'll notice immediate changes in how you approach challenges. The weight of limiting beliefs will begin to lift, and you'll feel a new sense of freedom and empowerment. You'll no longer view obstacles as insurmountable, but rather as opportunities for growth. The Stoics taught us that we can master our inner world, and by practicing positive affirmations, you're taking the first step toward that mastery. You'll find that success and confidence are not reserved for a lucky few. They are available to anyone willing to cultivate the right mindset. Take a moment right now to reflect on a limiting belief that's been holding you back. Write it down, and then create a positive affirmation to replace it. For instance, if you often think, "I'm not smart enough for this shift," to "I can learn and succeed if I commit myself." Share your new affirmation with those around you and make it a daily practice to speak it into existence. Together, we can lift ourselves and each other up, creating a community where growth, confidence, and resilience are the norm, one thought at a time. 6. Unrealistic perfectionism. It's common to find ourselves chasing ideals that seem just out of reach, but why do we constantly push for perfection? Perfectionism may often feel like the standard we should uphold, especially in a society that glamorizes success without flaws. Yet, what happens when we shift our focus from being flawless to simply being better, little by little? Embracing our imperfections is not a sign of weakness, but rather an acknowledgement of our humanity. In striving for small improvements each day, we nurture both self-love and the acceptance of differences in others. Too often, the pursuit of perfection turns into an exhausting, never-ending battle. Instead of pushing ourselves to meet unrealistic expectations, it's healthier to focus on steady progress. Holding yourself or others to such impossible standards can stifle growth and lead to frustration. But what if, instead of perfection, we sought personal growth? Self-love, after all, comes from accepting that mistakes are part of the journey, and they make us stronger in the long run. The pressure to be perfect is even more pronounced in today's hyper-connected world. On platforms like social media, where only the most polished moments of life are shared, we often feel the weight of comparison. But it's important to remember that these curated images don't show the full story. What if instead of hiding our imperfections, we embraced them? The Stoics, wise in their simplicity, taught that the only things truly under our control are our own thoughts and actions. Perfection is not one of those things. However, what we can control is how we approach our imperfections. Do we let them define us or help us grow? Take a moment to reflect on your own life. Was there ever a time when striving for perfection left you feeling fulfilled, or did it more often lead to disappointment? The true value lies in recognizing that being a work in progress is a lifelong process. It's not about being flawless, but about becoming better than the person you were yesterday. This shift in mindset encourages self-compassion, which is far more productive than self-criticism. How can we break free from the perfectionist mindset? Start by understanding that perfection is an illusion, not a realistic goal. Focus on making gradual improvements and appreciate the progress you make, no matter how small. By learning to value growth over perfection, you create a mindset that is not only healthier but also more sustainable in the long term. When you finally let go of the need for perfection, a sense of peace and freedom takes its place. You no longer feel the constant pressure to measure up, and instead, you learn to accept both yourself and others, flaws and all. Imperfections make us unique, and by embracing them, we open the door to deeper connections and personal growth. These imperfections, far from being weaknesses, are what make us relatable and real. Finally, it's time to make a commitment to yourself. Recognize the unrealistic expectations you've been carrying and actively choose to release them. Encourage others in your circle to do the same, fostering a community where progress and self-compassion are celebrated over unattainable perfection. By letting go of unrealistic perfectionism, we allow ourselves to grow into more authentic, fulfilled individuals. 7. Comparison. In life, the urge to compare ourselves to others often sneaks up on us, whether we realize it or not. Have you ever looked around and felt as though everyone else is moving faster, achieving more, or living better? It's almost a reflex, driven by the bombardment of other people's highlights on social media. But what if the key to genuine fulfillment lies not in competing with those around you, but in outgrowing your past self? The Stoic philosophy teaches us that our focus should be on internal growth, not external validation. When we get caught up in measuring our success against others, we lose sight of the fact that each of us is walking a unique path, facing challenges and triumphs that are ours alone. In today's hyper-connected world, the pressure to compare has only intensified. We see curated snapshots of other people's lives and wonder if we're falling behind. Yet, when was the last time comparing yourself to someone else truly made you feel fulfilled or at peace? The reality is that the joy of personal growth comes from knowing you're making progress toward your own goals, not someone else's. By turning our gaze inward and focusing on our own development, we embrace the true essence of Stoicism, taking responsibility for what we can control, our own growth. Instead of striving to match the achievements of others, try asking yourself what you truly want. Picture a life where your only competition is who you were yesterday. Setting personal goals aligned with your values rather than someone else's accomplishments frees you from the never-ending race of comparison. This shift in mindset not only brings clarity but also a sense of liberation. By concentrating on your own journey, you can make progress that's meaningful to you. As you move forward, challenge yourself to focus on one personal goal today. Break it down into actionable steps and commit to steady progress. You'll soon realize that the peace and fulfillment you seek come from within, not from outshining others. The sense of empowerment that comes from this realization is profound. Imagine the freedom that comes when you stop measuring yourself by someone else's yardstick and start embracing your unique journey. So the question to reflect on now is this: will you keep chasing the illusion of success through comparison, or will you step into the freedom of focusing solely on your own growth? 8. Need for recognition. How often do you find yourself waiting for someone else's validation to feel good about something you've accomplished? It's a common experience, and in today's world, it's more tempting than ever to seek recognition from others. The digital age bombards us with a constant flow of feedback, from likes and shares on social media to comments from friends or colleagues. We've been conditioned to believe that our worth is measured by how others perceive us. But true fulfillment, the kind that stays with you long after the applause fades, doesn't come from the outside. It comes from within. True confidence and fulfillment don't come from the fleeting praise of others, but from the deep satisfaction you feel in your own progress and achievements. Compliments are nice to hear, but they should never be the foundation of your self-worth. When you build your self-esteem on the opinions of others, it's like building a house on sand, fragile, unstable, and at the mercy of the changing tides. Instead, you must cultivate a foundation of self-respect and inner pride. This doesn't mean you shouldn't appreciate praise, but it does mean that you need to be your own greatest source of validation. In today's social media-driven world, where likes, shares, and comments often dictate self-worth, it's easy to fall into the trap of needing constant recognition from others. We are bombarded with curated lives, where everyone else seems to be doing better, achieving more, and receiving more accolades. The need for recognition can become an endless cycle of chasing approval, often leaving us feeling inadequate when we don't receive the praise we think we deserve. But relying on external approval creates a dangerous cycle. It can leave you feeling empty and powerless when that recognition doesn't come. Remember that time you worked tirelessly on a project, only to be disappointed when no one noticed. You poured your energy into it, expecting someone to say, "Well done," or "You're amazing," and when it didn't happen, you felt deflated. It's easy to feel that way because we're conditioned to believe that success equals recognition from others. But imagine how powerful it would be to take pride in your efforts without needing someone else to tell you that you did well. Imagine finding that satisfaction within yourself, knowing that your effort alone is something to be proud of. What if, instead of waiting for someone else to tell you that you're doing a great job, you looked inward and truly felt that for yourself? What if you could recognize your own achievements without needing anyone else's approval? How would that change the way you see your work, your progress, your life? It's a shift in mindset, one that can free you from the endless need for validation. This internal fulfillment is the essence of self-respect and confidence. When you take pride in your work without relying on external feedback, you become resilient. You are no longer swayed by the opinions of others, and this creates emotional freedom. Starting today, take 5 minutes at the end of each day to reflect on your achievements, no matter how small, and acknowledge yourself. Whether it's completing a work task, hitting a personal goal, or simply showing kindness to someone, recognize your own efforts. Set personal milestones and celebrate them internally. Create a mental space where you reward yourself, free from the need for external validation. This habit of reflection will help you see that your accomplishments are enough because you know they are. You don't need anyone else's confirmation. When you stop seeking recognition from others, you'll find a deeper, more meaningful sense of self-respect. You won't be shaken by others' opinions, and this emotional freedom will allow you to focus on what truly matters: your own growth and happiness. No longer will you be chasing external approval or fearing rejection. You will become confident in your own skin, knowing that your worth comes from within. The peace that comes with this realization is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. You will feel empowered, in control of your own destiny, and free from the constraints of others' opinions. In the comments below, share one thing you're proud of from today, and challenge yourself to celebrate it fully on your own. No compliments needed. This is your opportunity to connect with yourself, to reflect on your own progress, and to take pride in your journey. You don't need the applause of the crowd to know you've done well. All the validation you need is already inside you. 9. Fear of change. Life can feel like a cozy cabin in the woods, safe, familiar, and predictable. But what adventures lie beyond the tree line? Have you ever felt that familiar quickening of your pulse when faced with something new, even something small? Could it be that this comfortable haven is actually preventing you from discovering the vast potential within you? The truth is, change is the very essence of life, the driving force behind growth and evolution. Stepping outside your comfort zone, embracing the unfamiliar, is the key to unlocking new horizons, richer experiences, and a better version of yourself. In today's ever-shifting world, adaptability is no longer a mere advantage, but a necessity. From technology to society, everything is in constant motion. Clinging to the familiar can leave you stranded in the past. This fear of change manifests in many ways: hesitation to learn new skills, reluctance to embrace career advancements, or even difficulty adapting to a new environment. Imagine yourself as a ship anchored in a peaceful harbor. While safe, you'll never know what wonders the vast ocean holds. It's perfectly natural to feel anxious, uncertain, or even afraid of failure when confronted with change. However, allowing these negative emotions to dictate your actions can lead to missed opportunities for personal growth. While your comfort zone may feel secure, it also places limits on your potential. What's truly holding you back from venturing beyond the familiar? Is it the fear of failure, a lack of confidence, or simply procrastination? Have you ever missed out on an opportunity because you were afraid to step into the unknown? If fear were no obstacle, would you pursue your passions, explore a new field, or travel to a distant land? What do you envision your life would be like if you bravely embraced new challenges? Don't let fear hold you captive. Start with small changes. Try a new dish, join a skill-building workshop, or strike up a conversation with someone new. Make a plan to learn a new skill or engage in a new activity this month. Seek out and seize opportunities that challenge you. Share your goals with friends or family to stay motivated. Overcoming your fear of change not only fosters personal growth, but also brings a sense of freedom and empowerment. Every step outside your comfort zone is a step closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Remember, life is a grand adventure. Don't let fear turn it into a monotonous and uneventful journey. Are you ready to break free from your comfort zone? Share a specific action you will take to embrace change and join us in building a community of individuals who dare to dream, dare to act, and dare to act. 10. Living in the past. How much of your energy is consumed by things that have already happened? Imagine carrying a heavy backpack full of regrets, past mistakes, and unresolved emotions. Every step you take in life feels more burdensome because you haven't let go of the past. Yet, how often do we allow ourselves to be weighed down by things we cannot change? Living in the past doesn't just exhaust you, it deprives you of your ability to experience the present fully and live a life of freedom. The only thing you have control over is the present, and how you choose to live today can determine whether you carry that burden or set it down once and for all. In today's fast-paced world, where the pressure to succeed is intense, it's all too easy to get stuck in the past. Whether it's a failed relationship, a job opportunity that slipped through your fingers, or a conflict with someone close, these unresolved experiences can linger in your mind, robbing you of the chance to move forward. This constant replaying of mistakes holds us back from seizing new opportunities and embracing what life offers right now. We all know this feeling. It's human to reflect on the past, but when reflection becomes a prison, it's time to act. Think about the last time you clung to a past event. Maybe it was a friendship that ended unexpectedly, a time when you didn't perform as you had hoped, or an argument that still stings. Those experiences shaped you, but they shouldn't define you. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that forgiveness, both of ourselves and others, is the key to release. Forgiving isn't about excusing or forgetting the hurt, it's about removing the emotional chains that tie you to the past. By doing so, you allow yourself to fully live in the present, free from the emotional weight that holds you back. Now, take a moment to ask yourself, what would my life look like if I stopped dwelling on that mistake or missed opportunity? How much lighter would I feel if I forgave that person or let go of that regret? These questions challenge us to confront the emotional ties that keep us from living fully. When we forgive, we don't erase the past, we reshape how it influences us. It's not an easy process, but the reward is profound: a clearer mind, more energy to focus on the present, and a sense of inner peace. To begin, make a small but conscious decision today. Forgive yourself for one mistake that you've been carrying with you. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and then release it. Let it stay in the past where it belongs. Next, think of someone in your life whom you haven't forgiven, perhaps a friend, a family member, or even yourself. Whether you reach out to them or silently offer forgiveness in your heart, you'll notice an immediate sense of relief. These steps may seem simple, but they're powerful acts of liberation, bringing a sense of peace and renewed focus. Forgiveness brings immediate relief. It clears the mental clutter and frees you to experience life in the present moment. You no longer need to be haunted by what could have been or what went wrong. Instead, you are free to explore what is happening right now. When you finally let go of the past, you'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel, how much more open you are to new experiences, and how much more joy and fulfillment you can experience in your daily life. So, what's one thing from your past that you're ready to let go of? Share your thoughts and experiences below, and let's support each other on this journey of release and renewal. Together, we can step into a brighter, more peaceful future, free from the weight of yesterday. 11. Too many choices. Have you ever found yourself overwhelmed by the endless choices you face each day? From deciding what to wear, what to eat, to how to spend your time, we're bombarded with options. It seems like having more choices should bring us more freedom, but in reality, it often creates stress and indecision. What if simplifying your life could give you more peace, clarity, and focus? In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to feel constantly busy, but it's also a sign that we need to pause and reassess. With countless notifications, never-ending to-do lists, and the pressure to keep up, it's all too easy to lose sight of our core values. We spread ourselves too thin, trying to do everything at once, only to end up feeling drained and unfulfilled. The key to reclaiming our time and attention lies in minimalism, not just in what we own, but in how we approach our daily decisions. Simplifying our choices allows us to focus on what truly matters and cut through the noise. Think about your own life. When was the last time you felt completely in control of your day? When was the last time you made a decision without second-guessing yourself or feeling regret afterward? The overwhelming number of choices we face every day, whether it's picking out clothes, deciding what to eat, or figuring out which tasks to tackle, leads to decision fatigue. This mental exhaustion leaves us scattered and unproductive. The more we spread our energy across too many things, the harder it becomes to concentrate on what's most important. Consider the last time you sat down to make a to-do list. Did you feel burdened by the sheer number of tasks, unsure where to begin? That sense of overwhelm often comes from accumulating unnecessary responsibilities we feel obligated to handle. This can lead to frustration and a feeling of being stuck. However, if we focus on the most important tasks, the ones that truly matter to us, we can not only reduce our stress, but also boost our sense of achievement and fulfillment. So how can you start simplifying your life? First, prioritize your tasks. Instead of writing down a long list of things to do each morning, narrow it down to just 3 to 5 tasks that are the most important. Focus on those first. By doing so, you'll ensure that your energy goes toward activities that align with your goals and values, rather than getting caught up in trivial tasks that don't really matter in the long run. Next, practice minimalism in your decision-making. Limit the number of choices you give yourself in areas that don't require constant thought. For example, create a capsule wardrobe with fewer clothing items to choose from, which reduces the time spent deciding what to wear each day. Apply this approach to other areas like meal planning or social activities. The less mental energy you spend on small, unimportant decisions, the more you can focus on what really matters. Finally, be willing to eliminate unnecessary tasks. Look at your to-do list and ask yourself, is this task truly necessary? If the answer is no, let it go. Not everything deserves your attention. By eliminating the non-essential, you free up time and mental space for the things that truly contribute to your happiness and success. As you begin to simplify your life, you'll notice a remarkable shift. It's not just about reducing stress, it's about feeling empowered to live with intention. By cutting back on the number of choices and distractions, you create more room for clarity, focus, and fulfillment. Imagine waking up each day with a short, meaningful to-do list, confident that you're dedicating your time to what really matters. No longer bogged down by trivial decisions or overwhelming tasks, you'll experience a deeper sense of purpose and satisfaction. This shift towards simplicity doesn't just make you more productive, it transforms the way you experience life. By focusing on fewer, more important things, you'll find more time to strengthen relationships, pursue passions, and grow personally. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it when we simplify. We reclaim the time and energy we've lost to unnecessary choices and distractions." So how can you apply this principle right now? Start by simplifying one area of your life, whether it's your daily schedule, your wardrobe, or your to-do list. Commit to eliminating at least one unnecessary task or decision from your routine today. By doing so, you'll start to experience immediate benefits: less stress, more focus, and a greater sense of accomplishment. The freedom that comes from having fewer choices will give you more space to fully live and enjoy each moment. We've just gone over 11 things to eliminate from your life, like negativity, toxic relationships, bad habits, clutter, limiting beliefs, and comparison. By letting go of these, you create space for a more meaningful life rooted in positive values. Always seek balance, be grateful for what you have, and keep striving for personal growth. Life is a journey, and each of us has the right to choose our own path. If you like this video, comment with the number 1, share it, and subscribe to the channel for more Stoic content.